Hello, it's me, Nick, the super awesome Lego builder himself, and before I start today's video, I have a small announcement I want to make, and that is I have a Lego.com account. So now I will regularly be uploading Lego digital designer models onto the Lego.com gallery under the name ADU Sniper 0005. So if you've actually been on Lego.com looking for my real scale custom airliner that I said that I might make, well, the thing was I actually did that on an outdated version of Lego Digital Designer, so it was impossible to find essentially. So that's what happened with that. So sorry if you actually went after looking for that, but because now I have an actual account, maybe I can hopefully upload my actual one in a few weeks because I am now working on that. So yes, that is right. I am designing a lot of models on LDD. So that's something you can look forward to in the future, and it may be up to you guys. I may ask you whether or not to do, but maybe eventually I'll end up doing my own videos where I record the instructions on doing an LDD thing. That's getting very popular. I hope I explained that well enough. So anyway, enjoy the video. Hello, it's me, Nick, the super awesome Lego builder himself, and today I am back with another super awesome Lego model, and today we are reviewing an interesting Lego model. This is Cole's Sonic Earthblade. Now, this is a roughly interesting model because it's gone through a lot of stages, and one of the things you should know before I explain this model is that it doesn't just belong to Cole, it also belongs to Zane, because there's this whole thing where they have to use teamwork. I'll explain how the entire set works because it is very complicated in the next segment, but this is just a good basic idea of what it looks like. The set consists of two main parts of the blade itself and this little shrine, and I will explain both of these in a few minutes. But let's first take a look at the minifigures. The minifigures in the set are Cole, Zane, and an air ninja. Now yes, this is a Ninjago set, if you didn't already know that. I think I said that, but in case I didn't, it's a Ninjago set. And I'll explain this guy in a minute because he's just a whole lot to take in. Did you get that? Where? Oh, there we are. Okay, so there we are. Zane and Cole. You can see there's Cole. Take a look at his printing. There, Cole. I mean, this is from the Temple of Light set, so if you have that, you'll know exactly what the printing is, and that there's his face print, nothing in back. And Zane, the titanium engine over here, this black and white outfit, the ice dragon on the back of it. That is him with his serious face when he's aiming and stuff, but he just has his normal happy face on the back of him. Now, those two characters were just pulled directly out of another set. This one, on the other hand, wasn't quite. This is the aerial ninja, and he is the villain in the set. And he was a very complex build. So if I rotate this around, he has this giant big winged jetpack on the back of him. And you can also see he has chi around him, and I'll explain why in a minute. Well, probably more than a minute, but you know what I mean. And he actually has the body of a power miner set and the head of a power miner. And I wanted to make him look really all mechanized and stuff, and I actually had a few versions of him, and this was what I just settled on because it was the easiest and simple. I mean, I doubt, this does not look aerodynamic at all to me. And he is actually one of the only minifigures in the set that does not come with a weapon that has to be taken off the main set. He comes with a weapon that's just snapped on the back. Now, at first glance, this looks like a rifle with a little blade thing attached to it. Right there, like that. But actually, this can double as an axe when he runs out of bullets. Like that. Which I thought was a really cool combo. You can also take his helmet off. I told you, this is also a Power Miner's head. His weird face. And his Bring It On face. That's my thing with the Power Miners. They all have very strange expressions. Here's a view of the aerial ninja without his big jetpack on. And here you can see the jetpack by itself. And I forgot to mention it has a little cannon on it. Right on the side, like that. Now, before we get to the major set, the major component of the set, there is actually this smaller component, and that is this pretty cool looking raven shrine. Now, this is something that I built very late in the process, so it could have been cooler, but all in all, I am happy with the way it came out. So basically, what is happening is that, excuse me, and the ninja are after 4 relics that the air ninja are also after to bring, that once combined all together, they will bring the Chima universe into the Ninjago universe together, causing the universe itself to implode. It's very strange, but believe me, I didn't have much time to work on a plot, so that's really what I came up with. Here you can see the relic itself, and this is the Legend Beast Raven Claw right here, but the ninja are going to have to go after. And like I said, I do like how the raven came out. You can technically take him off like this. This is what he's supposed to look like by himself when he's not on the mounted posting. So that's just how I made the beak, and these are just standard Chima raven wings. This is a design I would recommend. Like, you can see how I built this. I mounted this up on a gun piece, and I don't know, I do like how it came out, but I think I could have made it better if I had built that with some more time. So now let's move on to the main component of the set itself, the Earth Blade. The Sonic Earth Blade is a combination of both Cole and Zane's power, and that's why it has this little ice turret on the side of it. Now, when I was building this, I actually went through several phases of it. In fact, when I first started making it, I didn't even really plan on it being a Ninjago model. I thought it was gonna be sort of like this Batman police type combo thing, or not entirely Batman, but because I don't really have any Batman sets aside from a Joker minifigure that I accidentally got left over here at my house. But this is what I have right here. This is the final form, and I think this is indeed the best. When I first came out with it, it didn't have these bottom things on it. It mostly was just this top layer, and it did look okay, but I am happy that I did decide to improve it. Now, Zane and Cole don't actually come with any minifigure weapons in general, and the reason I did that is because this has tons of weapons that you can pop off the side of it. There is a sword here, and there's a sword here, and right here, if I open up the cockpit, there is a staff. Now, But that is something that I would recommend to actually consider doing what LEGO Ninjago does and incorporating like little weapons into design, because I think that does give it a unique look. And I think for this set it makes sense to have those in the design, because the idea I had with this is that it goes like really fast. It smashes through basically anything that gets in its way. I wanted the jet to, well, yeah, the jet to have this black and gold characteristic. And right here I even made it so it looked like there was some sort of like a filter pressurization thing, so I didn't do it entirely symmetrical. And right there was a little headlamp. And right here you can see there are the 4 intakes that suck air right through it, and it busts out the back. Now the set opens just like so by lifting this up back, and I didn't actually give this any real windshield, because I figured that it would just be more protective to have big metal things right in front of the pilot, which in this case would be Cole, just to block debris and stuff that it was smashing through. Now, it has 2 ways you can... Technically, this set can hold up to 3 minifigures, but it's really only designed to hold 2. Cole, who is always going to be piloting in this seat, is going to sit back, and there's a singular stick here, which I would recommend is a good design when you're trying to do a joystick, and it just broke off. That's the only problem I have with these pieces. They're a little stubborn, and... There's a control panel that I added very late, and there's a map, that's a Marauder's map from Harry Potter, that goes to all the Ninjago relics. So for now I'm going to put Zane in here to sit next to Cole so I can show you how that looks. But afterward I can show you him in the little pod. So that's what it will look like. You can just close up like that. They lie back, and it looks pretty and honestly I think this looks pretty comfortable, and it can just shoot right away like this. Now, in case the aerial ninja is going to fly over and get in Zane and Cole's way of getting to the relic before he does, Zane's other seating option is this little ice turret right here. Now, I ended up having to go... Now, this was the only weapon that I originally had. I ended up adding some more I'm going to show you later on right here. But basically, Zane just clips on right here. And this is a turret that can rotate. If I just put him back up. Let me just get these out of the way. He can rotate all the way around. Well, these are up or about all the way around. But once these are locked down, he can't go too far, but you pretty much can get a good accurate shot around right there. So I think that looks good. And he does actually indeed have his own little stud shooter right here that you can fire ice at. That would have been a direct hit if that were real life. But sometimes, if I just stick this guy in here, not even that little ice turret is enough to get bad guys away. Now, this is one of the newest features, the most recent ones I added in here, which is located underneath there. And if you see back here, there are these 2 little yellow things, and very well hidden out entirely from underneath the Sonic Earth Blades undercarriage can come those 2 little missiles. I know, they don't always fire the best, but still, you can get a good view of the underside. You get these nice little axles that you can just use to and push at the side of this, and by pulling them out, you can just stick them out, shoot them out like that. And that's actually a good mechanic, and I would recommend that in your own LEGO models if you need to make if you need to have fire missiles over a long distance of place over a LEGO model. So that pretty much concludes it for this LEGO model. It is I do also like the way it came out, but it's not one of my favorite models. Mainly because I think I rushed a whole lot, and I ended up coming up with some side designs to do for the Raven Shrine and the Aerial Ninja that were just too complicated, and I think I rushed it out a little bit too much. But otherwise, I do think it came out well, and it is good for the video. So, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, leave a like to the video, follow me on Twitter. My description will be, and my link will be in the description below to my Twitter handle, and I will see you all in the next episode. Goodbye!